What's up, everyone? Victoria here at popculture.com. Today, I am chatting with the beautiful Stephanie Quayle. Girlfriend, how you doing over there?
I tell you what, I mean, we are here. We are where we are.
We're surviving.
Yes. I mean, I'm forcing myself to stay in that we have a glass state of mind. It's not about it being half full or half empty. It's like we have the glass, like we have the opportunity to live through this wild collective time. And it's just really, it's not, I mean, who if you would have said to me 4 months ago that I would be on my farm with my husband in North Carolina for an extended period of time with no idea,
You would have thought they were a crazy person.
No, it's really interesting. And I miss people. And
yes.
The thing for me is I just love human interaction. And I'm such I hug people. How am I gonna not hug?
It is weird when you have to ask people like, hey, are you cool with hugging? Or like, do I need to wear a mask around you? It's a very weird, situation to be in.
Yeah. And it's having to honor people's where they're at. Everyone's different. Some people are really good and like able to just maneuver. Some people, you just got to roll with it. I am not a surfer, in case you were curious, but I'm just riding this wave. And if I get to the beach and I'm holding on to the board, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Just hold on to the board.
Listen, just ride the wave. Honestly, that's all you can do. I've gotten so casual these days. I didn't even give you a real proper introduction. Okay. For everyone watching. Okay. Stephanie Quayle is a beautiful country music artist. Okay. And we are going to talk music here in just a second. But for that, how have you been keeping busy? I mean, you're doing good, but how have you been keeping busy?
So we have a working farm here in North Carolina. So I'm in Summerfield, North Carolina, which is just north of Greensboro. My husband is from North Carolina. So we have a whole world here. We do weddings, events. We have a little market. And
wow, it really is like a functioning.
Oh yeah, fully functioning world. So I came here because I figured, depending on how long I could at least, be a helping hand. So if someone needs me to help in the market or help with our cattle, whatever it is, even down to like we've had some micro weddings because our whole events world, as from music to anything. So we've how to help these brides and grooms and mothers of the bride, like how to navigate not being able to have the wedding that they hoped for. So it's been really wild being busy with that. And then I created a little daily broadcast from inside my barn called Hey Y'all with all my animals.
I was going to get to that. That's
and it was honestly, I started with it to just stay connected. Like, how can we connect to the fans? And then with my minis, them all being babies, it's like, man, how can we share these little baby creatures that are ridiculous and out of their minds? Will that bring some light-hearted just moments? I think laughter is such great medicine. And it's so powerful that I was like, well, we'll create a little something, and it's turned into something.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love that so much. I mean, well, and you got to find, so you've done 43 episodes, haven't you?
Yes. Yes. And kid you not, for the first time, and that's a lot with animals and it's live. So, miniature donkeys, miniature goats, sheep, cats, miniature horse, pony. I mean, you name it, miniature Hereford steer named Toby Keith. They all have names. And, today was the first day that my little goat, Joe, decided to jump toward the camera on the computer, landed on the computer while we were live, but he didn't turn it off, which is amazing. There's been, I don't know that a show hasn't gone by where something hasn't gone slightly wrong, but
yes,
in a good way. It's like, what am I doing?
You highlighted exactly what happens in the TV world. You don't have one show without something going south. I mean, it's just to have a perfect show, it's impossible. So
yeah, and I play a song at the end of every show.
Yeah.
So the goats really are obsessed with my guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's brings me a lot of laughter, and I hope it has brought the viewers a lot of laughs because
Of
it's,
course.
ridiculous.
Girl, did you do anything for Memorial Day?
We kind of just stayed put. I've got so many friends that have served, and a lot of Gold Star families that I just connected with, just to, remember all of those that gave their all for us. And it was just a really quiet, I spent a lot of time in thought. And that was nice, and getting to connect with a lot of the families that, I've just been a part of their lives for a lot of years. And you just think about, it's such a beautiful weekend, and, it's such a celebratory weekend that, it's come to that, and I have friends that have served that are like, we have to remember our fallen, but our fallen wouldn't want us to not be living life to the fullest. Mm-hmm. And so it's this really interesting conversation. And it goes back to like what we talked about, everyone has their own way of, managing all these emotions. And I think the tough part for me was just knowing that those families couldn't gather, and
with the pandemic, I think it probably added more to it.
Yeah. And that's just tough, man. That's just like an extra, like, we just kept it low key.
Yeah. I think a lot of people did this year.
I think, low key is a safe key for me to, it's like, that's the key in which I'm
just what you're going to stay in. We're going to stay in this little box for a little bit longer.
Just ride in that low key wave. Okay.
Yes.
Low key, but no, it was, I'm again, like weeks when it's so weird to understand what a week feels like now, because on the road, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that was not my weekend. My weekend really started on a Sunday.
Yeah. And I was going to say, how is your life so different now without traveling and without performing? And
it's really weird. I mean, weird is the greatest word to describe it, because as artists that travel and tour for a living, I was on the road like 6 days a week. I was on flights the beginning of this year every day up until I think it was March 12th when I caught a red eye back to North Carolina. And it's super bizarre, but I've been more busy I've been doing virtual. I think I've done like over 80 something virtual performances over the course of this last, few months. And it's just me and the guitar, and you're just hoping that people are enjoying it. You're like, well, I can't,
Well, it's different because you don't have that audience in front of you. They're watching you, but they're not physically in front of you. And so you can't feed off that energy.
I miss my band. I've been checking in on them regularly just to make sure that they're good, because it just went from like, we were booked with shows up until December, and it just got, stopped in its tracks. So for me, it's like, okay, how do I make sure everyone's okay? That's really been like, how do I just make sure that everyone's good? And then how do I are there ways to create, concerts or drive-in concerts or something on our farm? Is there a way to do something here to make more opportunity for other artists too? So I'm just, I'm a noodler. I'm like, I'm not good at just like sitting still and being like, well, we'll just wait and see. I'm like, no. Like, let's create opportunity and see how we can just be really nimble with this, this time.
I think it's going to have to, the music world's going to have to really find new ways to allow people to engage, in live performances now with everything, that's going on. What, to kind of round it all out, I guess. I don't know. I don't think anyone ever knows when we're going to get back to normal per se, but what's next for you? What do you have lined up, or what are you hoping to accomplish before the year is done? What's next?
What's on my vision board in my back pocket that I've had December 31st? You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. I'll show it to you.
I love that.
It's super. It's like barely hanging on.
That's like back in the day in high school and in middle school when we'd like fold up all of our papers in backpacks. That's your vision board.
This is my vision board, and it's pretty.
I love that.
such a visual person. So I've kept this in my back pocket as just a reminder of all the things that I want to accomplish, not only this year, but 5 years, 10 years, and with my life. And right now I'm focused on what we can do, right? So we have been able to record new music virtually. I have been able to write music virtually, which is, it's new. So you just, find your way. You're like, okay, I'm like what we're doing right now. And normally we'd be in person, but we're finding a way. Yeah. And so we're going to start releasing some new music, probably, I'm thinking into the summer, early fall, and just kind of, just keep doing as far as that. Then I have a couple little TV projects up my sleeve that might actually happen sooner than I was originally planning, because I was set to be on the road. So now that I'm here and I'm in one place, we might be actually able to get them off the ground a little sooner. So I'm just ready for anything. I have a coloring book with our farm animals coming out in a few weeks.
Girl, I need to find out how to get one.
Oh, hello. You got it. I mean, there's just, I love to create. Like I like to keep my hands busy. I have to keep doing. Yeah. And that's my best way of not getting in between my ears. If this one gets in between here, it's, we don't want to do that.
No, I get it.
And well, mostly, finding ways to create concerts, live experiences where people, if it's like a drive-in concert, there have already been some successful, different things like that, like what I can do.
Good. Well, hey, it sounds like you're keeping busy. You are looking at the glass half full, which is how I think I feel like we should all look at it half full, because there is always something to be grateful for. Oh. And now, where can everyone watch Hey Y'all?
Oh, yes. Well, it's on Facebook every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And every day is, a new adventure. So we're going to start integrating interviews, which will be really fun, into it, virtual.
Love it.
We have some surprises up my sleeve. I might be calling in a few favors, be like, remember that one time you said you'd,
Yep.
On that. But it's really, live is a totally different, just being ready for everything, and, technology can stop. Yeah. It can just decide to do things. So it's and then we upload them to YouTube, afterward and share them in all the places.
Amazing. Stephanie, you are just an inspiration. You are a ray of sunshine in all of this craziness. So it was an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Everyone, for more on Stephanie and your other favorite artists, make sure you head over to popculture.com.